Welcome people, welcome. Christopher Zidane Matthews here. Another video. Remember people, subscribe to the channel. Share the videos with your friends. If you like the video, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You're not going to like everything. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. So, there's this issue people. Sports people from time to time, they take drugs. Especially in the sport of track and field. They take drugs to enhance their performance. So they need more muscle. They don't want to train. They just take drugs and their muscle increase their muscle mass. And then that muscle helps them to improve their performances. Now, me as a little poor athlete, I can't afford to buy these expensive drugs to help me. It's not fair. And that's why you have people who test athletes across all sports to find out if they are cheating or not. For many, many years, Jamaicans accused the Americans of not testing and that they're cheating and they're drugs up. And that's why they used to beat up Merlin Ottey. You remember her? That was a lot of the arguments I heard growing up. That the system didn't allow Merlin Ottey to do as well as she ought to do. Because she was drugged up and Russians were, the Americans were. That's what the Jamaicans are. Now, the world has improved in terms of testing athletes. And the Americans have their drug testing people. The Russians, everybody has their drug testing people. And we have ours, which is JADCO. And their job is to test athletes, cricketers, footballers, sprinters, throwers, jumpers, netballers. They're all tested. And I agree that that should be the case. I don't want a situation where the high-profile athletes who are already more talented can use their finances, they use their resources to get drugs to help them to even stay afloat, to stay ahead of the pack. It's not fair, so I agree with testing. Now, there are rules put in place to catch the cheats. Because you can't just test and then the cheats are go around, and you never catch any cheats. So things are put in place, like for example, one they call random drug testing, where we see you and we come to you as JADCO and say, listen, we want a sample. If you don't have an emergency, if you're not dropped down and dead, then you're obligated based on the rules to give that sample. If you refuse, then you put yourself in trouble. You could get banned like the cricketer, John Campbell, who has been banned for 4 years. Now the rules allow for the drug testers to do that sort of things. They are doing their job. Now John Campbell was at his home, it was early in the morning, minutes to 6, and they turned up. Now you have something what they call whereabouts violation. I mean, you give a window, you must give a window where you can be tested, where you're going to be, and the time that you will be available for testing. But you still can be tested outside of that. They call it a random test. So the whereabouts is for them to ensure that you are tested, for sure. Now John Campbell gave them a day. They came on the day, but they came before he anticipated that they would come, based on the time that he gave them, which was well within their right to do so, the testers. Now, somehow they got into his residence, and they knocked, and they came there, and the drug tester apparently said, we are from JADCO and we're here to do the test. And John Campbell said, basically, no, this is not the time I gave you. I don't know if he knew the rule or not, or he took something and didn't have sufficient time for it to come out of his body and he never wanted to be tested. I don't know. Because he was not tested, that's now up in the air. Whether it was cheating or not, I don't know. John Campbell, you're the one who now can allow me to cast those aspersions on you, and you can't do nothing because you weren't tested. So John Campbell, I'm understanding that he said to the drug tester, what if I wasn't here because this is not the time I gave you? The drug tester said, well, since this is not the time that you gave us, if you weren't here, then that would be it. That would be that. John Campbell said, well, I'm not here. Run along. Breaching the drug testing policy, the protocols that the players, the sportsmen signed on to. They know the rules. There are clinics and these things where they explain to cricketers, footballers, netballers, how the drug testing system works. It's to catch cheat, not people who are fear. So if you're afraid, you don't have to worry. And everybody go through the rigors of the drug testing, and they're annoying. They are annoying sometimes. And everybody go. Usain Bolt went through it. Who is John Campbell? One of the greatest sportsmen of all time, if not the greatest sportsman of all time, was tested on multiple occasions by Jadko randomly or the time that he gave that they should come test him. Who is John Campbell? Why is it that people out there are knocking Jadko for doing their job? I mean, Jadko should be knocked for the mess up, the situation involving the athletes who were tested when they're supposed to be tested to ratify the world record. Jadko failed in that regard. So they did not do their job. Now Jadko has done their job because Jadko broke no rules. And Jamaicans are bashing Jadko for doing their job. How can you bash people for doing their job